Welcome everyone to video 2 of how to use Mapware Fly. Today we're going to go over connecting your drone and then flying your drone with Mapware Fly in order to capture images. So the first thing you're going to do is you'll notice right now we do not have a drone connected. So down at the bottom of the screen it says connect drone for pre-flight check. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is connect your drone controller to your tablet via a USB device. Your drone should come with a USB device to connect into tablets, and if not, you'll need to order one. Once you've done that, go ahead and turn on the drone and turn on the drone controller. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Please ignore any weird DJI beeps. And we'll notice the interface start to interact here in a second. Alright, so the first thing it's asking is choosing an app for the USB device. If you've saved this and clicked Always before for one of the DJI apps, you're going to need to clear out this preference so that this option appears. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to communicate with the drone properly. But go ahead and tap on Mapware Fly and then click just once, just in case you want to go back to one of the DJI apps later on. That way it doesn't do the exact same thing and block you out from the DJI apps. Okay, and now we see a few different things, a change in the interface for us. The first thing you're going to notice is up at the top near flight parameters, you'll see we have a little icon that shows the drone is connected to plainly identify that the drone is connected and ready for flight. On the map itself, you'll notice a couple new orange icons. The first is an arrow representing the drone, where it's located and the direction it's pointing, as well as an H icon that represents the home location. You'll also notice that the background of my image here turned to a yellow color. So if I zoom out my map, and please excuse, my tablet slows down a lot when I'm recording video. But if we can try to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There we go. You'll notice these color boundaries are coming in from flight restricted zones in airspace around the airport. So this zone that I'm in here, I'm very familiar with it since it's in my house and my neighborhood, is only for above 400 feet, so I don't need to worry about it for flying a drone. If there is any restrictions for flight under 400 feet, the app will prompt you and warn you that you'll need specific clearance. And if it's in a red zone there or a blue zone, it's probably going to block you from flight via the app. So keep that in mind as you're flying. If you need more information about these zones, we pull them in directly from DJI. And you can go to their website in order to learn more about the zones and what they represent. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back to my location. And now we are ready to begin our flight. So what you're going to want to do is click on this Begin Pre-Flight Check button. And you'll notice we have a few different warnings here. The first is your drone connected? We just want to verify that we can even begin this process. And of course it is connected via the icon, and we can notice the images and things like that. So everything's good there. Is the battery greater than 30%? We have this checked so that you don't begin a flight with like a 20% battery and then immediately it comes home. Just in case you forgot to replace the battery, so we want to give you a quick check there. It is important to note that you probably are going to need greater than 30% in the case of an actual mission. It will pass this test even if it's at 31%, so just keep that in mind. And it's more of a reminder for yourself to check the battery and make sure that it has enough life for the mission that you're trying to do. Is the SD card inserted? So the images that are taken during the flight, we need to save those somehow so that we can retrieve them later. So it's important to have the SD card in the drone. And are the waypoints loaded? So in order to transfer this automated flight that we've created in the app, we need to load the waypoints into the drone. And this check is just making sure that that process went successfully. The last two are important to note also. These won't appear every time. The first is insufficient image count for map processing. So what that means is in Mapware, in our modeling system, we require 20 images in order to do a proper model. So this is telling you, if you look down at the estimates on the parameters page, it's saying that you only have 15 images that are going to be taken during this mission. So it is important to note if you're going to be doing a model with Mapware that you'll need more than 20 images. And then the last piece here is it's saying controller signal strength is less than ideal. It's important to always have good signal strength with your drone because if you lose a connection between the drone controller and the drone, it is possible that you could lose the drone. It should maintain the flight. All the waypoints are loaded into the drone, so it should continue the path of the flight and then return home successfully. However, anytime you don't have connection with the drone, you're unable to make evasive maneuvers if there's anything that gets in the way and things like that. So if you need to improve your signal strength, make sure that you have a good line of sight on the drone. Usually it's because of buildings or terrain that's in the way between the controller and the drone, and that there's no power lines or telephone poles, something like that that could be blocking the signal. Okay, so these are okay to me. I'm just trying to do a quick example for you guys. So I'll go ahead and press take off in order to begin the flight. All right. You'll notice the drone is taking off from my driveway and is beginning the flight. You can dock and undock this flight parameters at any time. We leave that there so that you can remember the settings that you actually put into the flight so that you don't forget the altitude and things like that, and you can reference that. Up at the top you'll see we have a telemetry bar. The first piece there is going to be your altitude for the drone. The first is above ground level, so how many feet or meters above ground the drone is actually flying at, as well as mean sea level. So that's going to be your sea level altitude. And then of course you can take the difference between the two in order to understand the approximate mean sea level of your location on the ground. The next piece is going to be your speeds. So HS is going to be your horizontal speed. You'll see the drone is flying pretty rapidly through the system here. And then vertical speed is going to be any up and down movement for the drone. The third piece is going to be the distance from controller. So you can keep an eye on how far away the drone is from yourself. And the next piece is how much free space you have on the SD card. So it looks like we have plenty of space here. The next piece is going to be the signal strength. So it did give me a warning originally, but it looks like it's improved greatly and is in good condition now. And then the last is going to be your battery percentage on the drone. So as the drone is completing images, you'll hear that shutter sound representing an image being taken, as well as a black icon being placed on the map and the flight path during the flight. If at any time you'd like to pause or return the drone to home, you are able to select those options during the flight, as well as being able to switch between the video view and the map view. If you just tap on the picture in a picture, it will quickly swap over the feed. Okay, so that was a pretty short mission, so the drone is going ahead and returning home. I apologize for the controller beeping. And it is also important to note that if you resume or pause or return to home the drone, you are able to resume the mission where it left off. So if you have a battery that's getting low, you can return the drone home, replace the battery, and then resume that mission where you left off without any worries. And you're able to do that as many times as you need to complete the mission. Okay, we'll give it here just another couple seconds, and it's going to land right where it took off in my driveway. If at any time you have any issues landing because of obstacles or other reasons, you can take control with the controller to bring down the drone the last couple feet. Every once in a while, like my trash cans will be out or a car will pass and I have issues, and you can just bring it down manually. Alright, so the mission was successful. We get this page here that says how long the flight was, both in distance and time, and then how many images were captured. That's where we're going to end this video. Thanks so much for watching.